and I was 7 years old. 7. That's what she was. 7. My parents and my older cousin went to the Lakeside Amusement Park in Sun Hill. We went to the Ferris wheel twice and went on all the roller coasters and all the other rides. I loved the teacups one, but your grandfather got so sick on it, he couldn't go on any more rides the rest of the day. Closed it down 10 years ago, I think. Might have been more, but that was when the rest of the town started going downhill. I think you would have loved it. You love those upside down loops and all that, don't you, Shuichi? In fact, I have a picture of the hotel we stayed in. It was across the lake from the park, so at night you could see all the lights on the Ferris wheel and all the roller coasters. It was desolate now. The hedges had been replaced by wooden skeletons, and the grass was so dry that it looked like an addition to the cement pavement. The fountain's pipes were rusted over, and the water that once flowed through it left a green stain of algae on the now brown moss. The bench had been broken into pieces, and several screws were scattered around. Even the window frames and the brass doorknob looked rusted. The windows were cracked, and they saw through the water stains of the cream-colored, or were they supposed to be white? Curtains were covered with dusty cobwebs. He turned the knob and walked in cautiously, anticipating a monster's attack. There was no sign of anything else in there from what he could see. He flicked the light switch, but it didn't turn on. He grabbed a curtain to open it, but the whole thing slid off the window. He continued down the hall, tugging away at the curtains, most of them falling down like the first one. He saw there was a reception desk. I could probably get a map from there, and then I could see if there's anything else here. I could see if there's anywhere Makuru could be hiding in too. I can't live without her. He approached the counter and was shocked. Nero stopped mid-step. There was Kuronoi sitting comfortably in his desk, reading his newspaper, his feet on the desk. Oh, Garfield, you're so outrageous and unpredictable like today's weather, he said sarcastically by crumpling up the paper. You look like a chroma. Took you long enough. I've been waiting. You better not give me another hug. I don't think a million showers would ever claim me. Well, not that I ever got a chance to get a decent bath anyway. Great. Let's see. Yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable response. That's fair. Hey, you didn't happen to see Makuro, did you? Oh, her? Wouldn't touch her with a 50.5-foot pole. Lady's insane in the membrane. I thought she would have gone through here at some point, and you would have at least seen her go by or something. Unless I passed her, or she found her way home. I'd be so glad if... He knows Kuronoi's pulled out a bottle in the shape of a pink rabbit peach and started blowing bubbles. Would you stop doing that? What? You're just going on and on. This is so much more amazing. It smells better too. Well, I've been in a prison. How do you think I'd smell? Like a botanical garden? Speaking of prisons, did you find a key with 302 on it? More importantly, did you take it with you? Yes and yes. Good, because I'd have you go back if you didn't kill her. That's no skin off my nose. So we're back to that again. Oh, there is a reason for that. Took a tape out from a drawer and pushed it to him. Everything you need to know or want to know about yourself on this situation is here. Tell me now. Is it because I went and watched my mother get murdered? Tape? Somehow it reminded him of the nurse in the hospital and the woman who called him on the phone, making no attempt to sound concerned at all. Just tell me up front, right now. Oh, well, you're a long way from just thinking your little mommy dearest was just out missing in this place. Even though she had to be unplugged from the IV and all that. Now you're close to the truth. Maybe you'll understand why you had to come here. why everything happened like it did. Of course, if that's what you think. I still don't know this place like the back of my hand. That's sad. But this place always seems to change. Like all the poor people here and all. So what? You're saying we deserved all this? We might have done horrible stuff, but that can't justify this torture. What did Makuro do? She's a nice person. Her father. She was a victim. Yes, she was a victim of killing one's parent is a greater sin than killing or doing anything else to their child. Why do you think they made that commandment, thou shalt honor thy father and mother? Though she had a better way to escape what she was dealing with, but of course she had to take the easy way. Murder. Bitch. And he murdered a child and never confessed to it. What? No servant? Still didn't answer. So that means, in a way, I've committed the same crime as Makuro. I guess I did kill her if I think about it. Took the tape. So you want to bring this one back since it's the be-all, end-all of the tapes? It must be dear to you. They're all great tapes, really. If I didn't want the first one back, why would I want this one back? In fact, you even broke one of my tapes. You're an ass for that, by the way. I feel like that one was horrible, but I'd hate to see how you treat your library books. Horrible, nasty little boy. Right, it won't matter. Where's room 302? The floor down here has no rooms. It's the third and final floor when you go up the stairs. He stood up and looked over the counter. I think I'm out of here. I'll be back in whenever. He walked away. Kron took the tape under his arm and started up the stairs. This place is disturbing, just how it feels. It's like you can come in, but you can never leave. Like some man in a body bag or something. Sounds like an episode of The Twilight Zone or a Stephen King novel. I hope Makuro got home. I really do. What is happening right now? I don't want her to go through it. And the floorboard is creaking. He stepped on one of the steps, going back, up and down. They all creaked, screaming under his weight. They look like they're brand new. It's weird. Because the curtains... Looked at the curtains. They were in the perfect condition, as if they were never touched. Why the hell are they? God, first the voices and now this? Shoo, if you ever get out of here alive, check yourself into the psych ward and get your head on straight. Someone grabbed his arm. He nearly fell down the stairs in fright. Once he got good footing and a tight hold on the rail, he turned around to see Cronway, who had another tape in his hand. I almost forgot. There's the real tape. Yeah, really. I might have forgotten it, but I'm serious this time. You probably won't want to watch it. I assume that you would be so shocked from the first tape that you wouldn't want a second dose of it. Take it anyway. You might have... you might have watched it. Now, this time I'm going for real. He walked down the stairs. Well, quit staring and go into that room. Cronin shook his head and continued up the stairs. It smelled like mold or old rotting wood. Actually, this whole place reeks of it. This place is probably falling apart and I don't even see it for some reason. But why? He was at the 4th floor before you know it. 300, 301, 302. There it is. He took the key out of his pocket with a shaking hand. He felt tears growing heavy in his eyes. His throat pitted open, trying to fit the thick stone down. He stared at the key for a moment. is it. This is the end. Oh. A voice in the back of his head shouted, "Oh, sure. Hurry up and quit BSing." He shoved the key in the lock. "You have delicate hands, you know," Ron's voice in his head said. Why am I remembering this? He opened the door. His heart pounded harder in his chest and he felt like he was sweating so much. He looked like he just jumped in the pool. Finally, he walked in and immediately saw the VCR on the TV, its mouth wide open, welcoming him. He practically ran to it. He dropped the second tape on the bed and shoved the first tape into the VCR. It was blurry at first, but then it came into focus. There was his mother lying on the hospital bed. Her hair was messy, as if she had been tossing and turning in her sleep. The nurse came in and gruffly said to her, "Hey, Mrs. Manamino, your son has come to see you. Now you'd best behave yourself, you hear? He's awfully worried about you. Tell him to call me or the doctor if you start needing him." He heard her grumble under her breath. "Oh, cow." Crow enters the room with a slight smile, though obviously distressed over his mother's state. Mother, I brought you some flowers. I thought you might need something to brighten up the room, and this was one of the few things the nurse said was okay to bring in. I'll bring you a card, but you know what they say, Hallmark cards are always too specific. So I think I'll just put them right here." I started walking to the table by the window where he stopped. "Oh, you know what? I think you'll want to hold them, just to get the sense. It's the closest they'll let you to get to sitting outside." "I don't want them." "What?" "I don't want any damn flowers." She swung the vase out of his hand, and the vase fell to the ground. Crow shook the drops of water off his shoes, then stepped out of the puddle. The look of shock never left his face. "Oh, I'm sorry. It's this damn place. I'm so miserable here. I can't be nice to my own." Tears came to her eyes. "I know. I know, Mother. I didn't know a way to save you." He placed his hands around her neck. "No, that's no good." Shuichi, what?" She couldn't say anymore. He flipped the pillow over her face and smothered her. Her arms flailed around, but after a few moments she relaxed. He took a piece of the shattered vase, cut her wrist, dipping a stem of the golden tulip and wrote on the wall, "I'm going to Silent Hill." And then he couldn't take another bit of it. TV down and shattered the screen. Took the VCR and continued to smash it to bits. He ripped the tape from the VCR's gaping throat and crushed it under his feet. Before he knew it, there were millions of little pieces scattered around him, and he took in a large crack in the window. Those hands. They were mine. I did it. But she couldn't stand it any longer. It was the best thing to do. But that was still no reason to kill her. His mind was splitting in two, and the conflicting voices screamed at each other, slowly growing intense. "No!" Kurama turned to see Shuichi there, eyes wide with shock. Shuichi started looking as if he was about to be sick. "Why did you do this, Shuichi?" If you so much as glance in the direction of where we are, or if I see you anywhere near our home, I'd... You're not real. Go away." Flung a piece of the TV at him. Shuichi turned around and ran out, sobbing. "So this is it. This is my punishment." Her arms moving the body back. "No. I don't." He stood up. "I'll get out." He walked out of the room and was shocked to see everything drenched with a salty, clear liquid. Tears. Blood began to drop from the walls, and the whole building began to look as if it were about to fall apart. It's like I'm looking at reality again. I continued down the stairs, not wanting to see anything else. He smelled something when he reached the last step. It was gasoline. Is that smoke I'm seeing? Where is it coming from? Followed the smell and slight mist of smoke down the hall and saw a door there. What is this? As he turned the knob, the fear of what happened to Kuro returned. Oh God.